So we all come from the technology side of things. You got into this through technology, special effects.
It's a dirty business, but
we all keep coming back to storytelling. That is the core. So how do we make sure that for generations like your daughter, who's 4 years old now, who has been on the internet since she was 1, really want to go to live theater? That's what we want to keep alive, right?
yeah, I don't believe personally that live theater is an endangered species. I have watched the claims of near-death experiences for Broadway and regional theater and summer stock and everything else, and I don't see it going away. I see it thriving in many areas, etc. I also think, incidentally, theater is a critical training ground for people who move into television, move into film, move into other things. And one of the things that I found incredibly important, having started in theater, and my roots are in theater and in the music touring business, is you learn what touches audiences. You learn what, you get a set of instincts about this is going to work, this isn't, you get a set of instincts about timing. The great strength of theater is its great weakness, and that is that it's ephemeral. You can sit there and experience something that no one else might ever experience or see, or such a small number of people that you feel as part of a privileged group to do it. And at the same time, obviously that's a weakness because it only means some number of people will see that art. Film, it's exactly the opposite. It will be here forever, and that's its strength. But you know, if it's a piece of crap, perhaps that's not such a good thing. So, to me, it's this difference between live and not being live. Live is special and unique in a way that it is a community of people gathering together, whether it's with the artifice of the notion of the fourth wall and theater and what it is, and a set of expectations about the dynamics of what that's going to be, or straight theater or new forms that are emerging, highly electronic forms, enhanced forms, where a few years ago, with the technology now available in projection, in imaging, in scenic motion, etc., we can create coordinated spectacle in a way that you could never have afforded. Even if you had an infinite budget, you couldn't have afforded it because of time or because of safety or because of all sorts of other things. So the reality is theater is benefiting from these new technologies. The audiences are benefiting still from the live performance. When my daughter goes to see a live theater performance versus a movie, versus watching at home, they are all unique experiences, and they are all as special to her as they were to us. So I think it's alive and well. I do think there are questions of who pays for what and how, and those will always be in a state of flux. What is the model which does it? I mean, are you going to start seeing advertising in movie theaters? The answer is yes, as you are now. Why? Because you can, and until people get up and walk out, it's there. Now we're going to see ads at the beginning of, theater. Well, hard to know. It depends what the ticket prices are, and it depends upon what real estate prices are. So I think that it's complex, but that's nothing new. It's always been complex, and the economics of all of these businesses are in a state of flux because as they reach some point of equilibrium, which is generally because when it's on an upward swing, the audience is growing, people are becoming fond of it, they understand it, it becomes a way of life, it's affordable. Something always comes to disrupt that, and whether that's cost to disrupt or availability, or the audience gets older and move away from something. But I think that the uniquely special experience of having a live performer do something special that changes your life potentially in front of you is something that is not threatened by anything. At the same time, we are the custodians of that, and it is our responsibility to make sure that quality, innovative theater and live performance continues to happen, because if it doesn't, then in fact there's a pretty good reason that people don't care about things because the quality goes down. And I think that's, as per our earlier conversations about the recording business, that's an issue. If we do things that people care about, if the community of artists and technicians can continue to collaborate in a way to create unique, moving experiences, I think the future of live design, live performance is as bright and productive as it ever has been.